Hi, this is John Checky, co-founder of Checky Financial. I'm a CPA, a CFP, a CRC, and more importantly, a husband, a dad, and a grandfather. Today is 9/11, 2025. What can you do on this day to make it even more special for you, your family, and God? In my case, fired up my brand new computer, updated some things on it, checked my schedule, sent out a birthday card, greeted my wife this morning, made myself a shake and drank part of it, rode a little indoor bicycle, bounced a basketball, read a couple of versions of the Wall Street Journal, particularly enjoyed one on a fellow who collects Ford Broncos. But truly, what can we do not only to commemorate this date, that horrible day in 2001 when two towers went down, part of the Pentagon was destroyed, and 3,000 or so people lost their lives. And it changed our lives in terms of how we check into airplanes, how we travel. Stock market was closed for 5 days. Various downtown New York hotels have changed a great deal. At one time, the Marriott World Trade Center had the most amazing gym, plus a gigantic swimming pool. I don't know if the swimming pool ever got reopened because of all the dust and particles in the pool, not being able to get it out of the system. But what can we do? If you're lucky enough to have a garden, and we have a couple of gardens, we can go tend our own gardens, figuratively and realistically. Meaning, we can update things that need to be updated. We can trim things that need to be trimmed. We can water things that need to be watered. We can check how our gutters are doing, how our refrigerators are doing. I know that sounds very mundane and silly, but also, much more importantly, check how our loved ones are doing, offer prayers for them, extend ourselves to greet them and cheer them up. Some of us write posts on a regular basis. Some of us do videos at least once a week. Thank you, Evan Carmichael, for that reminder. I was in a Bible class yesterday with a bunch of other guys at Messiah Lutheran Church, Plano, not far from our house. And a man commented about a particular world event. And I said, that particular country, which is Israel, has let the world know if you attack us, no matter where you are, we will find you and we'll do our level best to eliminate you. It's that simple. So, point of that is one, to defend yourself, two, to let people know that hiding people that attack you is a very short-term proposition, and we're sorry if something gets in the way, but we will come to get you. Same is true with drug trafficking over time. Well, the biggest problem with drug trafficking is that we, in the United States, seem to have no trouble wanting to consume the drugs. Therefore, the people who sell the drugs are happy to supply it. What else can we do? My expression of tend your own garden extends to taking care of your body. I'm 77 years of age, and let's see, a couple more days, I'll be 77 years and 7 months, actually 8 months old. And what do you do when you're that old? Well, you take really good care of your body and your mind, and you do your best to do your best on a daily basis. Yesterday, I got to interview Corrado Palmieri, who has 3 Italian bake shop coffee shops called Palmieri Cafe. Wonderful place within walking distance of our house, which is a godsend. They have wonderful coffees from all over the world that they roast themselves. Sadly, they don't have any Sicilian cannolis, but oh well, life can correct that situation by another shop not far from that shop that actually does have cannolis on a regular basis. Have a good day. So the nice thing about where I live, Plano, Texas, is you can get just about anything you would like to get in a heartbeat, because merchants, doctors, dentists, and probably even candlestick makers, for all I know, flourish in this part of the country. So taking care of what you need to take care of, whether it's update your telephone or your computers or prepare a really good meal. I'll be making chicken later in the day, made steak yesterday. What's the point of all that? Let's say you're a young person and you're in your 20s and you're lucky enough to have a job and a family. What could you do? Well, if you're lucky enough to have a 401k available to you, you can actually start investing in the 401k. Most companies now, when you join the company, have you automatically enrolled in the 401k, which is a wonderful thing. I will recommend to you that you save 10% of what you make. And if you're blessed with matching, commonly you put in 6%, they put in 3%. That 10% will become 13% for you. If you can keep doing that for a long period of time and invest in something called growth in income and do it until you get to be older, chances are you might well be financially independent by the time you're a little bit older. Wouldn't that be a treat? I'm here to tell you from personal experience, having more than enough money to support you and your family is a mighty fine thing to do. Secondly, maintain your health and fitness. Leg strength seems to be a real big indicator of longevity. Why is that? Because if you can walk about, you can actually go see people and do things. If you can't walk about, you'll have a tendency just to sit and complain a lot, like a lot of people do, which is one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of hanging out with other old people, because hardly any other old people have been exercising religiously and faithfully every stinking day. Also, you can keep track of what you expect. And in my case, I have a little scale called Fit Days, and it came with an application to put on my telephone. So each day I can weigh myself, and it tells me how much I weigh, 3 different measures of fat within my body, muscle content within my body, bone density within my body. It even calculates age, which is great fun in terms of all of those things. And then you can chart those out along with your BMI. So what's the point of all that? If you want to maintain a high energy level and good mental acuity, you kind of realize that your body and your mind and your brain are all attached. So take good care of it. That also applies to good dental care, because your lower teeth seem to be so attached to your heart in terms of the influence in disease or health, and upper more up toward your brain. What a joy. So you've got your upper and lower case in every sense of the word, so take care of that too. Takeaways. If you'd like some help with your personal financial future, I encourage you to reach out to Checky Financial, because we help people have more money and pay less taxes. That's really what we're trying to do. And we summarize that by saying we help you avoid being old, sick, and broke. And a much more cheerful note from my point of view is we teach people how to have fun and still have money. Again, I'm 77, almost 78, happily married to my darling wife, who's going to be singing with the New Kings of Swing this afternoon at the Sam Johnson Recreation Center. If you're in the Plano area, come see us. I'll be there too. We'll both be dressed up. She'll be singing, and I'll be enjoying watching her sing. Again, takeaways. If you need some help, give us a call. This might be the right time to get started toward your financial future and success. Checky Financial right here in Plano and in Fort Worth. Have fun. Be well. This is John Joseph Checky Jr. wishing you a happy, healthy Thursday.